what's going on? So today, I just kind of wanted to like recap my last 2 weeks, but then kind of point out that, you know, it's amazing to see how far I've come, because once I kind of explain my last 2 weeks, you'll be like, man, that was a lot of crap you had to deal with. And I'll be like, yeah, it was, but honestly, despite all that, I'm still strong, my will's good, I had the energy to handle it all. I reacted to stressful situations in a calm, meaningful way. I stayed positive the whole time. And I'm looking back on it, and I'm really just like, man, if that was me like 2 years ago, it would have been game over, shut down. I would have been probably angry, mad, cursing, all this other crazy stuff, right? But now that I've been doing the program, I'm just so calm, cool, collected, centered, grounded, more at peace. Stressful situations don't have the same effect on me. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. So basically, 2 weeks ago, I had to move. So moving's always, you know, stressful. So I moved from one place to this new apartment. About the 4th day of living there, the apartment totally flooded with 1 inch of water everywhere, right? So then it was a whole, okay, we just moved, now our apartment's full of water, now it was like getting the maintenance guys to come over and take care of it. Of course, they weren't doing a good job, so I got to keep following up. You know, they're still dropping the ball on it, and it's still an annoying situation, you know, and they're fighting us tooth and nail to basically do it the worst way possible, as opposed to just taking care of it all the way through. So, you know, dealing with that, and then the next week is basically Thanksgiving. So I go to my little sister's house, who's about an hour away, and one of the things I was trying to do there was set up this crypto rig, and you know, I was basically plugging it in at her house, and it kept breaking the circuit breaker, and I had to figure the whole thing out. I had to go to Walmart to get something. Oh, by the way, it was Black Friday, even though it was Thursday at 6. I'm like, there's literally like 1 million people at Walmart, right? So it's like this little chore is now this whole thing. So I get the thing at Walmart, get it back, you know, basically tinker around with this thing. There was like a circuit breaker issue, like too much power draw. I ended up figuring it out though. That was great. Then like all of a sudden the kitchen sink is broken, so I'm in there fixing the garbage disposal, fix that bad boy. Head down to Houston, which is like a 4-hour drive, right? Mind you, this whole time I'm like partially on the program, right? Because it just is what it is. So it's like I'm not getting my full detox procedures or anything like that. So, you know, I'm doing that whole thing, and that's always rough every time I kind of have to skip out on doing the program or just missing procedures or the diet or whatever. I mean, it was okay. It was still pretty good. I brought my stuff with me, so I did the best I could, but there was a meal here, a meal there, right? And I missed a meal or two along the way. So, you know, it just kind of adds up. So anyway, I go down to Dallas. You know, my older sister, she's having some issues with her fiance, and they have a kid, and they bought a house. And so basically, while I'm in Houston, you know, I spent my whole time, well, number one, when I first got there, my truck was having an issue. It was like literally smoking, so I had to like take that whole thing apart, you know, fix the oil, fix all that kind of stuff. Spent a whole day on that. The next day was helping my sister move the entire day, right? It was just back and forth pain, right? Moving's never fun. I just moved, by the way. And then the next day it was like I got this new truck, and so it was basically like I had to go to the DMV, which is just a total 3-4 hour wasteland of time and effort and energy and paperwork and all this other kind of stuff. And you know, I did all this stuff, and then I had to drive all the way back, and then of course I had to go to the grocery store and do all that because it's part of the program. And you know, I got back late last night. I'm staying up late every single day, and then I had to go to work today, and then, you know, just a lot of stuff coming at you all at once. I will make a quick aside that Lewis said something along the lines of this should be happening right now, like kind of as the earth energy changes, like a lot of light workers out there are going to be feeling kind of the pressure. And he mentioned this a while ago, and actually when he said that, I was like, man, I'm doing really great right now. I don't really have any of these pressures. I'm great. But then I actually thought about it, and I was like, you know what, the last 2 weeks have been pretty crazy. I've been handling it so well, I kind of forgot that it was as hectic as it was. And even to this moment, I'm still positive, and I'm just forward thinking, and I'm just ready for the next thing. And you know, I take the bite as it comes, you know, just one mouthful at a time. Anyway, night and day change, right? Thought it was cool to share. Anybody out there who used to overreact or be over stressful or get too much anxiety or too much of an emotional response to something, which is something that would very much be what I used to do. I'm looking at it now, totally different perspective. It's amazing that I can say, wow, I've changed so much. I've changed so much in 2 years. It's awesome.